Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, hello and welcome. My name is Robyn and I'm so happy to have you here. And if you're already subscribed, welcome back to Pretty, Prim, and Proper, where classic style is personified. In today's video, I am going to share with you the 5 technicians that every chic woman should know. These are the men or women who, at a moment's notice, will have you looking and feeling your best. So first up we have the hairstylist. So I know this probably goes without saying, especially for Black women, but just in case it doesn't, it is so important that you not only know a good hairstylist or two, but that you trust them as well. Even if you're the woman who rocks her natural curls, you wear wigs all the time, you wear protective hairstyles like I do sometimes, it's still really important that you have someone who you trust to take care of your hair, for maintenance in between your different hairstyles. Like I said, if you wear wigs or braids and all that, you want someone who you can trust to deep condition your hair, clip your ends, and those types of things. If you have a special event or occasion and you want an updo and you can't achieve that yourself, that's when you go to your hairstylist. And it's so important that you know someone that you can immediately call and go to whenever you need to. It seems like as of late, a lot of, depending on who does your hair, I know the lady who styles my natural hair, my wigs, is always so busy. I guess she's like a sought after hairstylist in Huntsville. So sometimes it could be very hard to get on the books, but still really important to have one. I also think that it may be important to understand and accept the fact that you may need multiple hairstylists. The lady who braids my hair is not the same lady who styles my natural hair or makes my wigs, dyes my wigs, all of that. I have 2 separate hairstylists, one for braids and one for the hair on my head and my wigs, and just know that that's okay. I think it's also really important to choose a hairstylist that treats you with respect, who knows your style, who understands the type of care that your hair needs, all of those things. And what I mean by that is, because I wear protective styles more often than not, I don't see my hairstylist all that often. I do get my ends clipped probably twice a year. I may get my natural hair straightened once a year, get my hair braided twice a year. However, even though I don't spend a whole lot of time in Tasha's chair, I do believe that she treats me just like she treats her clients who she sees on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So you want to be with someone who is going to treat you the same no matter how much money you're spending for or spending on your hair. And I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying that you need to spend a whole lot of money to get your hair done, but I do think that it's important, especially depending on how often you get your hair done professionally, that hairstylist treats you with respect no matter how often or infrequent you get your hair done. So next up we have a nail technician. So I was the girl who got her nails professionally done every 2 weeks. I did that in college. I know I stopped after I graduated from college, but I want to say once I turned 30, I started going every 2 weeks, getting gel manicures. Of course, I get pedicures throughout the warmer months, but in, I want to say July of this year, I stopped getting my nails professionally done because it became expensive, 1. 2, the lady who has been doing my nails for probably the past 12 years or so, she moved far out from where I live. And I'm the type of girl, I don't like to spend hours getting my hair done or my nails done. I know that there's some people who like to be pampered and all that. I'm not that. I'm all about efficiency. So when I first started getting my nails done by Tiffany, she was maybe 10 to 15 minutes away from my office where I work professionally. And so I will be able to go on my lunch break to get a polish change, a manicure, easy peasy. So once COVID hit, she was still close to where I live, actually closer to where I live than where I work. So that worked out perfectly. But she kept hopping around the city, and now where her salon is that she owns is probably a 30-minute drive from where I live, which is not convenient at all. Living in Huntsville, I know like if you live in major cities, that's different. I grew up in Detroit and nothing is 10 minutes away, but in Huntsville, having to drive 30 minutes to get my nails done, it didn't allow me to be as flexible with making my nail appointments as I used to be. And that was an inconvenience to me, because if you don't know anything else about me, know that I value my time. Like, I value my time. Time is money. If I'm having to drive 30 minutes to get my nails done, then it's taking you another 45 minutes to finish my nails, and then I have to drive back home. I can't do that on my lunch break. So it's an inconvenience to me. But after, I want to say over the summer, she but there were a couple of times where she was saying she wouldn't be able to honor my appointment, like she was running 30 minutes behind or something like that. And of course, again, because her salon was so far from where I live, I'm already on the road at that point. So it just became an issue with scheduling. But I took the gel off of my nails, and they still are extremely weak. And then for homecoming, so last month, I got a manicure, just a regular manicure, and it looks awful. Like they didn't look as good as my nails look now, and I painted my own nails. Same thing with my toes. So I just thought, you know what? You know how to paint your nails, and if you don't, after practicing throughout the fall and winter months, I'm sure I would have mastered it and I would be okay. But in the event that I do want a particular design, or I want my nails professionally done, I know that I can go back to Tiffany. And I think it's important that your nail tech knows your style and your personality as well, because, you know, I'm a nude girl. I love neutrals. I may branch out and get a pink color every once in a while. No, I get pink in the summer, and like nude, beigeish, grayish colors in the fall. And my nail tech knew that. She would never try to get me to get turquoise nails or yellow nails or anything like that, because she knows that, of course, after doing my nails for 10 years, that's not my style. That's not who I am. She also knew that I didn't like the rhinestones and all that extra stuff. That it's okay if that's what you like, but that's not my style. So I think it's important that you have a nail tech that you can just go to when you do want your nails done, or you need a pedicure, you want to get pampered, and they know exactly what you're looking for. I think like a hairstylist, there may be times where, you know, and even for me, I may not feel like doing my own nails. I may feel like getting pampered, and I may still go to Tiffany, like I said. So technician number 2, a nail tech. So next up is a seamstress or a tailor, whatever you want to call them. And if you're anything like me, you probably already have one that you know and trust. You may need a seamstress to take a garment in, to let a garment out, to hem a pair of slacks where the hem may have fallen, things like that. Also, if you have an hourglass shape, more than likely you have had to get something tailored, because there's a gap in or gaping, what do you call it, on the waist of your pants or your jeans, and you just need that to be taken in to fit your body. So that's where you will go. I don't have to do it all the time, but I like the fact that I know someone where I can go to fix that for me. And it's relatively inexpensive, but just knowing where to go, knowing about, I guess, the time frame it may take for them to alter your garments is like very key. So just know that having a person that you know that you can go to is key. And I hope that by now you're seeing a pattern with all of the different technicians that I've talked about thus far. And it's having someone that you know and trust is very important, especially those like a nail tech or a hairstylist, when they're, you know, doing things to your body, you want to ensure that they're using the or know that you can trust that they're using the best products for your skin, your nails, your hair, all that. Because if they mess up and use something that doesn't mesh well with you, then, you know, you could be messed up, you know. So that's what I mean by knowing and trusting them. So third on the list, a seamstress or a tailor. So fourth on the list is a cobbler. And I'm not talking about the dessert, which is very good, by the way. But I mean the cobbler who can fix your shoes. So I didn't hear about a cobbler until I was probably 20, 21 years old. I guess, you know, in my household, once a pair of shoes was old, you just got rid of them and got a new pair. But as I got older and, you know, the style of shoes doesn't change as much, or at least my style didn't change as much, I started spending more money on my shoes. I realized that I didn't want to go buy a new pair of shoes. I just wanted to elongate the life of the shoes that I owned. And that's where the cobbler comes in. They can fix the taps on your shoes, the soles of your shoes, if you need your shoes shined or buffed. If something falls off your shoe, they can fix that for you. And again, another relatively inexpensive service for something that you know you have spent money on, right? So I think it's important that you find a good cobbler in your area that you can trust, because, you know, once you, especially if you spend a lot of money on your shoes, or two, you have shoes that are, let's say, 10 years old or so, you're not going to be able to find a replacement shoe. So you want to be able to go to a person that you can trust, that once you drop that pair of shoes off, you know that in a week or two, you can pick them up and it's going to be your shoes. You're not worried about the fact that they may have given your shoes to someone else. So make sure that it's someone that you know and trust. And last but certainly not least is an esthetician. So estheticians are the people who can arch your eyebrows, can do facials, they do body waxing, all of those things. And you may have been lucky enough to get an esthetician who does all those things for you. And if you have, I am so happy for you. I, on the other hand, have a different esthetician than the person who does my eyebrows. I get my eyebrows threaded, so yeah, she's not an esthetician, but my esthetician, the lady who does body waxings, Brazilians, all of those things, like all the other ones, but especially for this one, especially if you get body waxing, it has to be someone that is gentle with your body, someone that you know and trust, of course, and someone who, you know, I would say is someone that you can have a good relationship with. So with all these different services, again, especially the ones where you are getting service to your body, I think it's important to at least be on not just like a good morning, hey, thank you, you know, type basis, just client to service provider, but like just a good overall relationship with them, because sometimes there may be times where you need them to do something out of the ordinary for you. Like you may have been invited to a last minute vacation on the beach and you're leaving in 5 days. And again, if you're anything like me, you want the best person in your area to be providing these services for you. So a week may not be enough time to give he or she, that it may not be enough time for them to put you on their books. So when you are polite and you have like that relationship with them, they may be more apt to like move some things around to, you know, fit you into their schedule, things like that. So knowing a good esthetician will definitely save you in those times when something last minute comes up, or let's say Again, because estheticians are typically people who know how to wax eyebrows. And again, I don't get my eyebrows waxed, but let's say the lady who threads my eyebrows is going on a month-long vacation, which happens. I think I know she's from the Middle East somewhere. So, you know, sometimes when they go on vacations, especially if they're going home, they're gone for like a whole month, maybe longer. So if you know that esthetician, you know her work, you trust her with your lady parts, you would probably trust her to get your eyebrows straight if, you know, you found yourself in a situation where you needed some work to be done that she doesn't normally do. So again, knowing and trusting their work is key. So some honorable mentions, or I can only think of one right now, but I would say a massage therapist is key as well. For the past 2 years, I have been going to a massage therapist once a month, and I have never looked back. Like, it's such a relaxing time. It's just great to just take a load off and just, again, feel pampered when I need to feel pampered. Or again, because I'm getting older, I suffer from lower back pain and things like that. But even if you don't, you need to be, if you're not exercising, moving those muscles, or if you do exercise regularly, there are times when, you know, your muscles are a little tight and you need someone to get in there and give you a deep tissue massage, a sports massage, or whatever type of massage. Knowing a good massage therapist also is, you know, didn't make it because 6 didn't sound as good as 5, but definitely a technician that you should know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. And you can help me get there by liking, subscribing, and sharing my content. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.